Hello you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. For today's video, it's going to be a vlog around the plant shop, but unfortunately I had been filming over the last 2.5-ish days and I was importing all my footage just now, and I guess the volume on my receiver on the mic was low and I didn't catch it. I must have hit it accidentally. And so all the footage that I filmed came in so low, the volume, you can barely even hear me talk. And then when I try to change it in the computer, in my editing software, all you hear is static if I try to increase the gain, increase the volume. So I'm really mad at myself for not realizing that. I had also filmed another video today, which unfortunately all that footage is now a complete waste. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of down because I wasted an entire day pretty much, and that is okay. I'm gonna try and save what footage I can, and I'll just do a voiceover. So I'll kind of explain a little bit what I was talking about, and you'll see me at least pack orders and do some alocasia transfers and seedlings and stuff like that. So I'll have to film another shop vlog soon. Maybe in a couple weeks I can film another one and do some more updating. So yeah, it happens sometimes, but it's okay. I appreciate you for tuning in today anyway, and hopefully you enjoy at least a little bit of what I was able to save for you guys. So for the shop vlog, Sunday I started some order prep. Usually I will make any substrate orders up. I had a lot of pond this time because I had restocked it. I'm only selling the 3-pound bags now. I'm no longer selling the 5-pound because it gets to be a little too heavy in shipping and the cost can get a little high for me. So I'm just gonna stick with the 3 pounds. And then also what I do on Sundays is I check weather for all the plant orders, which I had quite a bit this time because I had more plants on there. So it probably took me like 2.5-ish hours to check everyone's weather, and then I had to send out emails to about half of those orders because it was too cold in a lot of places. There was another winter storm this week and it was really cold, and just I didn't want to take that chance sending out like a lot of those orders. So I'm holding a lot this week. So Monday is my normal main packing day. So I didn't have as many to pack up Monday. So I was able to get through packing, I think, by like 1 o'clock. I did pop on about noon and pack a couple orders with you, and you guys will see that. And then I dropped those off, and then I was going to come back on yesterday evening and do some plant care stuff, but honestly I was so tired. By the time I got back and cleaned up my mess and ate dinner, it was like 7 o'clock and I was ready to shower and call it a night. So this morning I came back on and did some alocasia transfers with you, and I talked about my seedlings, but again, the footage, you can't hear anything I was saying, so I'll at least do a voiceover a little bit of some of that stuff. And also I just wanted to say I hit my 1,000th order, which is absolutely crazy to think about. My shop first opened next month in March, so it's been 11 months, not quite a year, but it's crazy to think that I've had that many orders, and I've been doing this for almost a year. So I just want to say thank you so much for that and for all the support. I'm truly grateful, and I love being here. I love being able to do this and grow out all these little plants. It makes me happy. I love packing these plants for you guys, and yeah, it's just been something to look forward to when I do these restocks. Yeah, I'm just really grateful. So thank you for that. So yeah, you were gonna see some footage of Sunday first of me kind of doing some prep and packing a few orders, and then we'll jump into Monday packing a few orders, and then we'll do the alocasia transfers and seedlings. I also got these stamps here. They're so cute. I ordered them with my logo, and then one says my name. And I was using so many stickers with my logo for each plant that I pack up, and then when I secure the tissue paper. I felt like I was going through them pretty quickly, so I figured the stamps on the outside would help save on using so many stickers. So I don't know, you'll have to let me know if you like them, but I think the stamp is a cute little touch. It is the next day, so I was pretty much packing orders all day. I got up about 6:30 in the morning, and I was down to my last two orders that I actually popped on to film with you guys. The first one is Philodendron Sorderoy, and that was my favorite plant this week. I grew this from one of my moss pole propagations from a wet stick, and I seriously love this plant so much. It has a new leaf getting ready to come out. The latest one was so beautiful. Seriously, it's one of my favorite plants. And then the next one I was doing was a Hoya linearis. Again, I love Hoya linearis. And these guys are just so cute. They're about 4 or 5 propagations per pot. And I just love how bouncy and stuff they are. They're so cute. And then I was also having to activate all the heat packs and everything in all the orders yet. So I'm going to go ahead and play some music while you watch me pack these last two orders up. This insulation, sometimes I have to use a couple small pieces to wrap a plant instead of wasting like another whole big piece. I try to reuse all the cutoffs that I have left. That's what I do sometimes when I have extra wrapping left over. I try to configure it in a way that I can wrap a plant with it instead of just like getting rid of the tiny small pieces, if that makes sense. I had a battery change out, so that's all wrapped. And then sometimes what I do, if I'm not sure a plant is going to fit in one of the boxes, I'll lay it flat across the box like this and if it fits in that section, then I know the box is big enough. Sometimes the hardest part of packing a plant is trying to figure out the right size box. Sometimes I'll have everything all packed up ready to go, and then I'm trying to play Tetris in the box, and sometimes I'll have to get a different box. I don't know. And then I kept stamping the wrong way, so I drew arrows on the stamp so I know like that's the right side up, because I did it like upside down several times and I had to put a sticker over it so it wouldn't be upside down. But yeah, I just thought that was funny, I guess. I decided that the other box was not going to be big enough for this plant since it's a little bit long, so I got a bigger size, slightly bigger size, and I'm just going to pack it in at an angle, because sometimes if you slide it or fit it in corner to corner, it'll fit rather than going just like straight horizontal, if that makes sense. And then for this order, I decided to add in a freebie. So the freebies I did this week was some sample bags of aroid mix and pon. So I added in some pon into this box. And then I was just opening the heat pack here to get it warmed up before I actually close it in the box. So I'm just kind of sitting it on top, and then on the floor here is all my other orders that need a heat pack. So I'm just opening them all up, and then yeah, usually by the time they're warm, I would say like 20-30 minutes. And then it probably took me probably an hour to go through again and like wrap all the heat packs and tape them all to the inside of the box. And then I also had to put more paper and polyfill to secure everything. And then I had to tape them all shut, put my labels, and then weigh them all. And then probably another hour to print all the shipping labels and everything. So from this point, it was probably another 2 hours before I could actually go to the UPS store and drop them all off. And with the power of editing, the boxes magically appeared in the car, and that was it, on my way to the store. So popping on to this morning, I was so excited, ready to finish up this video and do some more stuff with you guys. The volume. So I was kind of explaining what kind of my plan was. So I have 6 Alocasia pink black velvet corms that I've been growing in my IKEA cabinet in a little humidity dome. And they're kind of at the point where they're making the lid come off. They need to get transferred out. So I wanted to go ahead and do those with you and actually, pot them into my tree fern and perlite mix and get them kind of situated until I can actually, list them. So probably sometime next month in March, those would be ready. But I need to keep them under a bit of higher humidity, so I have like a clear dome that I'm going to keep them in. These little pink black velvet corms are so stinking cute. The color is coming in so good on them. There were 2 that were growing all pink, unfortunately, but one of the ones that was growing all pink pushed out a leaf with some green, so that is good news. But there's one that is still pink, and so that one I'm going to leave in stratum. I'm not going to pot that one up just in case it decides to grow all pink. Then I'm just going to toss that one. It's just sometimes that happens with variegated plants. They come in either all white or no green at all, and it's not a viable plant, so there's nothing you can really do to save it. I haven't fully decided, but I kind of wanted to keep one as a second pink black velvet in my collection, which I still might, I don't know, but I love my main pink black velvet. It's in pon, and it's finally growing again after pushing, I swear it had pushed like 6, 7, 8 flower blooms in a row. And I finally have a new beautiful half moon leaf. It is gorgeous. So before I go digging for any more corms, I'm gonna let that plant kind of settle in and stuff. So probably sometime later this year, I'll check for more corms on her. But yeah, I'm gonna let her situate because I did recently upsize her as well. And that's when I pulled all these corms off. But yeah, it's a beautiful alocasia. So I can't wait to list these ones. I'm watering them in with just plain water. There's no fertilizer or anything because these guys aren't used to any type of fertilizer yet because they've been growing just in stratum. The mix that I'm planting them into, it has some worm castings now, so they'll get a tiny bit of nutrients. But once I actually start to water them more regularly, I'll add like a little bit, kind of like diluted amount of fertilizer just to give them like a little nutrients. And this little tool comes in handy. I don't know what it's called, but I use this to kind of scrape at the edge around the corm in one of the little dome holes instead of like pulling on the corm and pulling up because I have ripped roots that way. So this kind of loosens it, and then I can kind of like scoop it up out of there. And then I'm just using some lukewarm water to kind of rinse off the stratum from the roots because I don't really like to leave too much stratum on because I don't want like anything sticking to the roots where it could keep it too wet. So I don't like to mess with the roots that much, but I try and get a little bit of stratum off and then I'll gently pot them up. And since this last little guy is growing all pink, yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna keep it in, I'm just gonna plant it into a little bit bigger container of stratum, and then I'm gonna keep it in with the other ones under the extra humidity, and I'm just gonna see, you know, what happens. This first leaf is kind of limp, so I feel like it's on its way out, so I just plucked it off, and then the pink leaf is so pretty, like the all white pink. I really wished it could live. It does. I did notice it has a growth point and it looks to be white again. So I don't really have high hopes for this corm, but that's okay. I'll just keep it and see, you know, see what happens. Okay, next up are the Anthurium hybrid. So I want to start listing these probably this coming week. I'm going to list them as, it's going to be 2 for the price of 1, so you're going to get 2 seedlings. Now, some of them have started pushing their second leaf, but they're still like very, very tiny. And I have 2 trays that are full, and then I'm gonna make 1 more tray with you. I have some seeds that are germinating in water and they're ready to go ahead and get potted up. I was mentioning the seedling trays. They are drying out in the very middle section, and that's where they're not sprouting. So I'm thinking, I don't know if they got too dry. I had them on seedling, like the heating trays, but I had the entire tray on one, but they only dried out in the middle, which was kind of interesting. So I had moved them off the heating pads when I noticed that. So I don't know, it's very strange. If you guys know why that is, or I guess it's just the heating mat that I have, but yeah, I'll have to figure that out for the other ones that I'm going to use, because I don't want that to happen. I don't want them to like not grow or anything. So any that decide to not sprout or they're like runs, I'm just going to get rid of. But the ones that are actually healthy and are growing, I'm going to pot up and let those ones go. So the containers that I have are too small. So I ordered some bigger ones on Amazon. They should come hopefully by like Thursday. So that way I can start transferring them, because I need to get their photos and everything taken if I want to list them for Friday's restock. And then I already made some, I don't think I have them here, but I was working on the computer. I was making some seedling care guides and everything I was going to include in the package as well. So I just don't know the price I'm going to list them at. I'm thinking to do like $25, and that way you get 2 little seedlings, but they are going to be very, very tiny. So I harvested these at the beginning of January. So I'll just make sure to have like size reference and everything on there, you know, so that you can kind of see the actual size. Because when you get them, I don't want you to be like shocked, because they're very, very tiny. They're probably like the size of my thumbnail, like the leaves on some of them. Some are a lot smaller. So yeah, I'm going to be listing them like that. So, but I'm excited. I don't know if I said they're Doriakii forgetii. That's the hybrid mother plant. And then I crossed it with Magnificum pollen. So I'm going to keep a couple seedlings. I'll probably keep 2 to 3 for me, and I'll decide from there which ones I actually want to keep. But I'm very curious what they are going to look like and grow into, so it's exciting. I did give some away already, so there's a couple people that have some of these seedlings already. And yeah, I'll probably just list them in batches though, because I don't want to list them all at once, because it'll be too many orders for me to pack up at once if they all like go pretty quickly. So I'll list them in batches as they kind of grow. And if I feel like they're still too small, then I won't like list them yet. So I don't know how many I'll list for this Friday, because I have half of those orders from last week that I was holding, or from this week, that I have to pack up. So I don't want to go crazy with the restock for this Friday, so it's only going to be a small restock. But yeah, I'm really excited for them. I just think it's so fun to cross anthuriums and grow out little babies and everything. So yeah, I'm excited for them. So I was going to transfer more of the seedlings, but I decided to just wait until my other bigger containers get here, because I didn't want to squish them in those that I have, especially since I'm doing 2 seedlings per vial. So I decided to hold off on that. And then what I decided to do next was go ahead and plant my other seeds that I had germinating in water. And you can see like the tiny little root and everything, the growth point starting on some of the seeds. Most of the seeds looked viable from the container of water, and I actually think I'm going to do that from now on. Instead of immediately planting them, I think what I'll do is let them germinate in water, and any seeds that aren't germinating or aren't turning green, then those are just like duds or runts, and I'm just going to get rid of those. So out of the bunch that I did today, there was like probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 or so that did not look like they were germinating. So I'm just going to throw these away. They just look white. They don't have like any kind of growth. Some looked a little brown. So yeah, we are going to get rid of these seeds here. And then I'm just going to label this tray with today's date, which is the 18th. And I actually did some organizing the other day too. So this is like my label maker, labels, and all kinds of stuff in here in this little container. That way everything's nice and in one spot. I don't have to go like digging for stuff. So I'm just gonna grab a plain label and just write a date on here so that I can note on the listing, like whenever these ones are ready, of when I actually like germinated them. After putting all the seedlings back away, I had shared some updates in the shop room, but I guess I'll just save this for another day. I was basically just explaining I was using plastic bins a lot more now just to save on watering, because that's the biggest issue I have, is keeping up with watering with all these little plants. And then I also have so many trays and props that I need to pot up. I am so far behind in this. Like, this one is exploding. Look at all of this beautiful greenery. And then I have some that are a bit more neglected that are yellowing because they've dried a little bit and I just haven't gotten to them. So I need to spend some time making some props. That's like my number one thing that I really need to do. So I'm going to work on that this week and next week and hopefully take care of a lot of those. I was also mentioning I want to stop doing so many water props because I end up letting them go way too long, and I want to start utilizing more perlite because perlite is cheaper, and sometimes stratum I just feel like I'm going through it too quickly, and I don't know, I just feel like I want to do more perlite. I just feel like perlite is going to save me so much time, as well as the prop bin. So that's kind of what I was explaining. So yeah, I'll definitely film another shop vlog here soon and kind of fill you in more and kind of show you more in that room and everything, because I had updated and talked about so much. I'm so sad about that. I'm laughing because I'm upset. I just kind of laugh it off, but yeah, I'm just kind of bummed about the whole situation, but that is okay. I still hope you enjoyed what I at least could make out of all the footage that I had filmed for you guys. I'm definitely going to be checking my mic a lot more often now. Every time I film, I just have to make sure that it's good, because I just feel like what I did the last 3 days, all that work of filming and everything, was a complete waste, but it is okay. It will be okay. I appreciate you guys so much for watching and for being here. And thank you again so much for all your support around the shop and everything. I appreciate you guys so much. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you again very soon.